Hi there, Joshua chapter 3 verse 12. After God has told Joshua to say to the Israelites, follow the Ark of the Covenant, go into the land because I'm actually the God of the whole land, the whole world. It says in verse 12, now choose 12 men from the tribes of Israel, one from each tribe. 12 was a key number for the Israelites. There were 12 tribes. And it's a sense of completeness. God wants them to go into this new area of relationship with him and new experience of trusting him as a complete nation. He's saying this is the whole, this wholeness idea is for the whole nation. And 12 men representing 12 tribes. And one man was chosen from each tribe to be a representative of their tribe for the whole nation. And God is still in the business of choosing people. He's chosen us. Sometimes we talk rather disparagingly of God's people and call them the chosen frozen because they're living lives that aren't actually very exciting, aren't very vibrant, and there's no sense of, there's an adventure here to be had with God. Well, on the contrary, we're not God's chosen frozen, but we're his chosen, and God has chosen you and he's chosen me for such a time as this, living in our world in these days to see his kingdom come and his will be done. And God wants to use us as his chosen ones. But do we recognize the fact that we are chosen by God? Or do we just think, well, we're just somewhat incidental to the great plans of God and those great, amazing, godly people that we see even in our day? And we're just a small nobody in the middle of nowhere, perhaps in the back of beyond, and there's no plan or purpose for us. Or perhaps our time has come, we're now towards the end of our lives, and we look back with certain regrets, but we don't think there's still a part for us to play. And yet the reality is that we are still God's chosen while we still have life and breath in our bodies. So I want to encourage you today, as you look at this, think, well, if God has chosen me, I have a responsibility. I have a part to play. I have still purpose in my life. And I want to not only enter into that promised land for myself, but I want to be a conduit through which flows the purpose of God so that others can enter into God's land. We often say that God blesses us just because he loves us, because he loves us, because he loves us. But he also blesses us for us in turn to be a blessing to other people. And so there's a knock-on effect of all that God has. And God wants to say to us today, I want you to realize that you are chosen. I have appointed you and anointed you to be fruitful, to multiply, to see my purposes fulfilled in your generation, in your time. And I'm going to be with you through it all. You are part, just like those 12 men were chosen as representatives for their tribe, as part of the nation. God has chosen us to represent his kingdom purposes in these days so that there are blessings untold yet to be because we're obedient to the call of God. God has chosen you. Live and act as somebody chosen by God for his honor and for his glory.